Hello everyone. So in this session, I am going to explain you what is bin denial process in a warehouse, or to be specific in a warehouse management system, and what are all the different ways we can set up bin denial in a warehouse management system, whichever WMS which you may be using. So let's get it started. So to start with, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to explain you what is a bin denial, and then I will talk about the different variations. So let's start with directly the order coming from the customer. So let's take it like this. Um, the customer is over here. Okay, let's probably take a different color. Okay, so the customer is over here, and the customer is sending a sales order. The sales order gets into the WMS. Okay, let's take this one. So once this order is inside the WMS, what we normally do as per the standard warehouse process is you generate the master pick list. Okay, so this is nothing but the master pick list, and from the master pick list you are going to generate a pick list for a specific operator. Okay, this could be again wave picking, cluster picking. Yeah, we are not going to get into that detail. So basis that you're generating a pick list by a operator. So what that happens, that operator and he or she is called as a picker. So the picker is going to now take this pick list and get into the warehouse. And let's assume there's a warehouse, and then there is a bin location, and this particular pick list is asking that picker to go to location 1A1, which is, let's say, over here, and ask to pick 10 quantity of the product. So what that happens is this picker is going to that particular aisle, the bin and the location 1A1, and when he or she tries to get the quantity 10, retrieve it from the location, that quantity is not available in full. For example, there will be only 3, or there could be 0, or there could be some products available which is completely damaged, whatever it could be, right? Basically, it is not in a position to be picked. In that case, that scenario is what we call as the bin denial. Basically, the bin has denied you to complete the pick. So that is the crux of what is a bin denial. Now, in a warehouse where there is a WMS enabled, if it is a traditional warehouse and there is no WMS, what happens sometimes? The operator goes there. If he is not available, he or she is going to look into the nearby location. Hey, you know what? I know I kept it somewhere there. They go to the alternate location, pick it up, and come back. This is not a scalable or a standard process in warehouse management system. So, bin denial is a must for every warehouse. Now, as I've told you, now the bin denial has been registered, right? So that how it will get registered is now that particular picker is going to now say or make a small flag telling that particular quantity as per the pick list is not available for pick. That marks the starting of the bin denial. Okay, now there are multiple ways we can set up bid denial in a WMS. And when I say WMS, it applies for any of the WMS you may have. It may be SAP, Odoo, or NetSuite, or Microsoft Navision. I can keep going on, right? So whichever WMS you are using, or even if you're using some of the local WMS which is very famous, most of the WMS have this bin denial process, and there are 3 ways you can set it up. The option number 1 to set it up, the option number 1 is called as the hard lock. What is the meaning of hard lock? Is moment there is a bin denial, the picker has to just leave that, complete the rest of the pick and come back, and there will be a separate ticket which will be registered as a discrepancy, and there is a team which is could be a team leader or a supervisor come in. They are going to redo a complete discrepancy check, and then they will sort out that particular bin denial. Okay, this is a hard lock. Second one is basically an override. So what is this override option is, this can be taken care by the picker itself. So what the picker can do is now, yeah, so now the product is not available, and if the picker has identified the product in a different location, or there is also an alternate location available for it and he or she knows it, in case, the picker will be able to override the system given location and update the newer location and basically resolve the bin denial there itself. So that is the difference between hard lock. In a hard lock, there is no question of resolving it during that time itself. Okay. So the second one, the picker can go ahead and override it. The third one is, this is a very intuitive one, wherein the WMS itself, moment you mark it as a BD bin denial, the WMS dynamically searches for an alternate location. Why? Because if the bin denial is not resolved, what is going to happen? A sales order which has been confirmed has to be now taken to the customer and say, hey, you know what, it's going to take some time because we don't have a product, which is not a good customer experience, right? So the WMS dynamically checks for the same product in any other location, and it is going to quickly do that, and then allocates that alternate location dynamically, and it will reflect on the handheld device. The picker can go ahead and pick the product and resolve the bin denial. In this case as well, sometimes what if there is no alternate location or product available? In that case, the bin denial will be there. It follows something very similar to the hard lock, wherein there will be a ticket which will be raised to fix the discrepancy. But in all these three scenarios, there will be a ticket which will be created, but depending on the nature of discrepancy, the reasoning of the ticket will be auto updated by the WMS itself. It is not 100% standard. There is a minor customization has to be done, but these are the three different ways in which you can set up the bin denial. And my recommendation is going for the third way of setting it up, Baron, because the system dynamically can give you that alternate location and you can resolve the bin denial. Plus, you can also go ahead and ensure you find the root cause of the issue and then you fix it. So that's a nutshell about bin denial and the ways you can set it up in WMS. In the next set of videos, I'm going to talk very specifically about different types of picking, wave picking, cluster picking, tote picking. There are multiple picking strategies which will improve your productivity and other processes. And in case if you want me to elaborate this process more, or if you want me to talk about any other processes, please leave me a note. I would be taking care of that in the next session. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next session.